Christmas!
Sarah Winchester began building the spooky 7-story mansion in San Jose back in 1884, and construction continued until her death. Today, the mansion, located on Winchester Boulevard in San Jose, attracts thousands of tourists every year with its mysterious stories about the ghosts and spirits that inhabit it. However, the widow of Winchester had completely different goals when she began its construction. The absence of a master plan for development, the monthly change of workers, and 38 years of construction, the history of the cursed house is overgrown with legends and myths, and the secrets of its owner still excite fans of chilling stories. The future mistress of the accursed house, Sarah Lockwood Purdy, was born in 1839 in New Haven, Connecticut, in a poor family of Leonard Purdy and Sarah Burns. Little is known about the girl's childhood, and the first mention of her appeared only in 1862, when Sarah married the heir to the arms company, William Wirt Winchester. William Winchester, the son of the same Oliver Fisher Winchester who founded the Winchester Repeating Arms Company and invented the rifle named after him, had the fame of an enviable groom and was very popular with women. However, Sarah Purdy captured his heart, and a few months after they met, the couple got married. At first, the life of Sarah and William resembled a fairy tale: mutual feeling, prosperity, position in society. In addition, after 4 years of marriage, the lovers had a daughter, whom it was decided to name Annie. The newly made parents were absolutely happy, but the idyll was not destined to last long. Annie died a month after she was born. According to the experts, the cause of the girl's death was alimentary dystrophy, a disease that is often observed in children under 1 year old and is caused by a lack of nutrients entering the body. The tragic death of her daughter was a real blow for the family. Sarah was in a state of extreme stress for several months, and William did not know how to help his desperate wife. Even years after Annie's death, the couple still hesitated to have children. But this death was not the last tragedy in the Purdy Winchester family. In 1880, William's father Oliver died, and a year later Winchester Jr. himself died. In both cases, the cause of death was the infectious disease tuberculosis, which was common in those years. A series of losses greatly affected the state of Sarah Winchester, who in an instant became the heiress of a multi-million-dollar fortune and at the same time remained completely alone. The widow could not find a place for herself and began to turn to the services of psychics and magicians, hoping to understand the causes of death of her loved ones. After several useless sessions with people with paranormal abilities, Sarah met with a medium from Boston named Alan Coons, who revealed the details of the Winchester family's past. According to Coons, a terrible curse lay on the Winchester family. All the deaths that have happened in the family are the cruel revenge of those who died from a rifle created by Oliver Fisher Winchester. The frightened woman was horrified by what she heard, but the medium reassured her by offering a solution. The man informed Sarah that she had to leave their home in Connecticut and go to the western part of the United States, where she was to build a mansion for the souls of those who fell victim to the Winchester rifle. Sarah obeyed Alan Coons and went to California, where in 1884 large-scale construction began under her direction. The widow bought a ruined ranch in the Santa Clara Valley and hired several dozen workers to build the mansion. Already at the planning stage, strange things began to happen. Sarah did not hire architects, did not make any drawings, and did not bother to create a master plan for the development. In addition, the owner of the residence often changed construction teams, and therefore no one except herself probably knew the details of the layout of the mysterious house maze. However, even an incomplete picture of the unfinished house raised questions. Some windows did not look out onto the street, but into neighboring rooms. Many doors and stairs in the room led to a dead end. All the bathrooms in the house were fake, except for one, to which only the hostess herself had access, and the corridors were so narrow that the workers could hardly squeeze through them. According to legend, all these oddities in planning were due to the fact that Sarah Winchester built the house in such a way that the spirits chasing her could not find her and got lost in the maze created. By 1906, the building was already a huge 7-story mansion with many secret rooms and hiding places, and rumors about the accursed house of the widow Winchester were already spreading throughout the district. However, in the same year, the residence was somewhat modified after a strong earthquake, which completely destroyed the top 3 floors of the building. This natural disaster reactivated Sarah's activities, which began a new round of building a mansion. So, she decided to decorate the interior of the residence, bringing the most beautiful stained glass windows, mirrors and art objects from abroad, as well as silver and gold chandeliers, expensive carpets and other luxury items. By the way, the locals treated Sarah herself ambiguously. Rumors about the curse of the Winchester family had already spread throughout the city, and the strange behavior of the owner of the house only exacerbated the situation. In addition to the protracted construction, the frequent change of contractors and the mystical atmosphere of the house itself, the locals were confused by the habits of the widow Winchester. The woman was withdrawn, silent, often wandered around the neighborhood all alone, and the workers said that at night in her house the woman held seances in a secret room, and also slept in different rooms every night. In addition, all those who visited the house described it exclusively as a cursed estate, the atmosphere in which inspired genuine fear and horror. However, the rumors and stories of local residents can be explained by the fact that people were frightened by the unknown, and billionaire raised many questions, the answers to which the townsfolk could find in mystical stories. One way or another, on September 5, 1922, everything ended with the death of Sarah Winchester from heart failure. The widow spent almost 40 years of her life and all the savings left by her husband to build all this splendor. After her death, family lawyers discovered Sarah's will, which contained 13 sections, which she signed exactly 13 times. All the property was intended for the niece of a woman named Marion, who soon sold the accursed house at auction to John Brown for $135,000. The new owner of the house restored the premises and already in 1923 opened the doors of the residence for tourists, presenting it as a real labyrinth with ghosts and spirits of dead people. The house is still incredibly popular and attracts crowds of tourists who claim to feel the presence of ghosts in it, as well as hear piercing groans and the rustle of footsteps in the corridors. Also, the history of the cursed house has repeatedly become part of mystical films and TV shows. Among the popular projects about the residence of the widow of Winchester are the series Red Rose Mansion, the script of which was written by Stephen King, as well as the 2018 film Winchester. The House That the Ghosts Built, starring Helen Mirren.